Hi there. Obviously, it's another talk, and this talk is going to be about, the path of awakening, energy, ascension, and everyone in the spiritual community, they get involved in it. A lot of people, because they want, the big thing now is they all want that awakening. They want that awakening. They want to open themselves up to awakening, ascension, energies, life force, kundalini, and all this stuff. And for me, I had an unexpected spiritual awakening just under 10 years ago, and since then it's been a relentless path. But awakening happens when you simply let go of the external illusions, delusions, the external things that hurt us, blaming other people, forgiveness. Now, for me, what happened to me was I, sat down one day and it awakened because I had enough. And for a lot of people that awaken, this is the way it is, and it's just a case of you just decide that, right, I've had it now. And because with me it was it was like my conscious mind and my subconscious were in line now. They wanted the same thing, and that's when you wake up. But people, the thing about us is people is that we awaken spiritually when we decide. It's we are suckers for punishment, and we will punish ourselves until we can't do it anymore. See this all the time. We see it in, because a relationship just isn't a man and a woman or a man and a man or whatever. It's actually everything. It can be something as simple as how you treat yourself. The kind of foods that you're eating. Do you take good vitamins? And the way you treat yourself. Because how you treat yourself within and how you treat yourself internally will determine how you treat others externally. But so the path, what I'm saying is, it's an easy path, awakening. It's all about just going with the heart. And when you're going with that, you're just going what feels right. You're going by the highest good. You're going by God, because God is within. It's not an external thing, it's an internal thing. Because if you look around you, you'll see how everything's glued together, because it's a simulation, and we're all one. It means the black person is the white person, as well as the black person is the Chinese person, whatever, it's all one. And like I say, if you look around, you'll see how everything's glued together. But oneness is seen. Once you start to live from your heart, you start to see that it's all one. And regarding energy, what happens is, it's once you're really serving yourself within your heart space, this is how your energies awaken. Once you are letting go and forgiving yourself for all the ego things that is there, and you've got to forgive yourself for all this. And then what happens is you start opening up to the energy self. You've got like an energetic self, like this divine self, this heaven self, and you've got the physical self. And once you're letting go and forgiving yourself, you then get this power to forgive others. Because like I said earlier, how we treat ourselves within is how we treat others. It's a reflection. Everything's a mirror. And this is how you awaken your energy. And then once you're starting to treat yourself well, after a while, you'll notice that your eating will start to change. You will start to, the way you're treating yourself will start to change. This is what's happened to me in this unexpected awakening. And what's happened to me is I used to hate myself. And I've noticed that my whole reality has changed because how I'm feeling within has changed. And everything follows that. That's why I say it's an internal thing. And yeah, you'll notice your whole reality changes when you're just going by your heart, going by the highest truth, the highest good for all things. And when you're doing this, that's when you're living the path of God. Because to live the path as God is to simply live your path of the highest good and the best intentions for everyone else, because we're all connected, we're all one. And like I say, when you're living by that, that's how if you want to get a spiritual awakening, you want to get Kundalini energies and all this ascension stuff, it's easy. You just simply go with your heart. And when you're doing that, you're ascending to presence. Right? And you're awakening yourself. You're aligning with your divine self. And this divine self works in multiple timelines, and then you're starting this DNA activation process. See, energies awakens through everything to do with how we look at things. And that changes our perspective and our perception. The system has programmed the masses to not do this because it's scared of people accessing this power, because then we wouldn't be so easy to control. But yeah, as you start to forgive yourself, you start to forgive your surroundings, you start to forgive then the people that did you wrong. And then what starts to happen is you start you're not like comfort eating, you're not looking for some refuge to hide in anymore. You're not looking for relationships for short term or something to just make you happy for a little while, because you're happier within. So therefore you're not needing so much external things. And this is why in spiritual awakening, like I was saying in a video last week, I think, about Syd Barrett, and he was someone who was in Pink Floyd, and all of a sudden he changed. He started messing around with psychedelics, and I believe he went through an awakening. Because what happens is you lose the desire for the external world, because you're becoming more peace within you. And as you're going on this journey of joy within, this is the road to what Buddhists call Nirvana. And Nirvana is a state where there's no ideologies of left or right. And when you train your mind and your consciousness to not be any side, you enter absolute unconditional pure love. Right? And as you're going through this process, food and external things and refuges that you're hiding with an ego, it all melts away to ecstasy. And because ecstasy and euphoria is our natural state. But the way to get there, like I say, it's all about being gentle to yourself. What do you really want at this moment? Who do you want to talk to at this moment? What do you really feel at this moment? What do you want to do? And as you're doing this, you're letting go of these desires and these things you want outward, and you're becoming more inward. You're becoming more present. So it's not about really being hard on yourself on the spiritual path or trying to get somewhere. It's about going with what is and what you feel, doing that, being that, and then you let go of that. And it happens very quickly. And then you realize, God, all I've got to do is just go with it, basically. But people are scared to do this. You know, normally the ego tells us to get to a certain place. But when you let go of that, you know, things get a lot better. And this is the path. The quickest path of ascension is to just go with the heart space and the joy within. And we all have that joy within, but our head tells us otherwise because we've been programmed. So it's all about deprogramming yourself and reprogramming yourself to that of what the heart says. And this is how you spiritually awaken. This is the quickest road of ascension and healing, and all those things that you want from the spiritual journey. Like, what do we get into it for? To feel love. That's why we get into the spiritual path. You know, for me, it was an unexpected awakening. But I know I had that awakening because I had enough of the pain, and that's why people get down this road. So just go with the heart. Go with the joy. Because the intuition within there always knows. The mistake is when we deny it. And that's when the problem comes. And we feel it. We feel that we're doing something wrong. We know. And that is how you awaken yourself, and that's how you go in this path of abundance also, because the more present we become, the more we attract. This is the path of abundance also. That's why the awakening path is so important, because it's the path of joy, it's the path of becoming infinite abundance and ascending to absolute euphoria and love. I mean, doesn't everyone want that? And I'm just going to leave it there. And if you're watching, you're meant to watch it. At this very moment, everything falls to divine order and divine timing. Thank you for watching. Thank you.